this video. A lot of stuff been weighing on my mind. A lot that's been going on. Trying to feed this. Couldn't come to terms with it at first, just my whole reality situation. That it's just my reality. I lost my parents to Harry Mountbatten, Windsor, Prince Harry, otherwise known. He looked like a fucking cave ape. It's an ugly looking motherfucker, bald head, bald spot bitch. Heard he looks worse in that timeline. Nigga look like a fucking serial rapist / serial killer that snatches women up and just fucking eats them and shit, which is what the I'm gonna tell you what those motherfuckers are. Which is what the Pauper family to the Rothschilds, because it is true that the Rothschilds got breeding rights to them ugly ass motherfuckers. I'm gonna explain how to defeat them in a couple of minutes. To them, those motherfuckers haven't been organic. They haven't been human in a hot minute. Dealing with a lot of stuff right now. I had to lose my situation, get some groceries. Say this, help out the original 3-Eye Atlas aliens. They all got roped out. Baron Samedi put his thing on my blog. I had Santa Muerte help me out earlier. Something that just like, don't put up with this shit. This is real. You did get soul swapped. Don't put up with somebody taking your body, and then don't put up with the other shit as well. That's done ensued. Wiping out my spirit team, them Polo Road spirits. They have a lot of heart. They were staying in, trying to maintain everything. I was told to give up this phone right here. Oh, shit. So I put it in there. But it's the blue phone that I showed y'all the other day. It's a lot of crazy energy on it. It's got the Rothschilds, Mountbatten, Windsors on it. And those are some, I heard them motherfuckers, when they stole my soul consciousness, talking mad shit about me. The other day and early this morning, calling me a nigga and nappy head and Gene, that's an ugly bitch. You look like one of OJ's kids. I wish my third eye was working. I'm a fuck up. I blaming everybody else but myself. I'm gonna hold myself responsible because I'm sick of it. I'm the road spirits be doing everything against their nature. I almost look like Batman or Bird right there. Coming from can't smoke or do anything here. Shit's alright. Like the burn sage. So I got like an amplifier here, which really mad helps. Helps things to smell better. I've been playing the almond oil, which gets your shit back. Tea tree oil, which helps the little roaches out. Plan to get some, probably tomorrow or, some. Forgot to get it today. Shoot. Ain't got it where it is. Get too. Lavender oil is good against the reptilians. I heard 588 hertz is very good for getting rid of them, or 1588 hertz. I think that's for movement, if I'm not mistaken. I had my whole body. I know this sounds mad funny. Stolen from me the other day by that girl who soul swapped me. I don't know what happened on August 22nd, 2022. I just want to say I feel like I just gave up on myself. The reality of it. I shouldn't have, because I kept getting confused the whole time, giving up on trying to find where my family was, straight through and through, and ensure they were safe. They had the entity attachments. The same thing happened with Baron Samedi. Again, I talked about his real name on my blog. taken apart because I'm not getting on my shit. Roaches are doing what they can, and they're a lot more competent than me. I'm going to say that right now, and that's sad to say. But I'm trying. That's an evil bitch, the way she feels entitled to my soul consciousness. Making fun of the way I talk, my Louisiana dialect. I saw, I had a dream in the spirit plane. I think some 3 Atlas on the Ra are helping me right now get to a safer place. I heard some of them were trying to they were trying to help me out one night when they saw my predicament. Very, very nice. I think of all aliens, I think roaches are the nicest. They are an alien group. I don't think they're the Nigamok. I heard that those are crustaceans, kind of similar to Cersei's the Rothschild here. That's an ugly Philippe de Rothschild. Look like a treasure trove. And he was telling them not to call me all sorts of racial consumers. I'm talking about this, and we're the ones that they fucking kidnap, primarily African people, and throw into their hell realms. You could use 125 hertz to free them people. They zombified my parents. You feel it in your soul consciousness. That's how I know it's real. Can't help but keep track of that, and that really hurts. But it's like, as a warrior, but I ain't getting on my shit like I should. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Um, you know, I knew they weren't in. They weren't in the best of places, and I should have done more. And now they're not with me. They broke their entity attachments, and my poor dad was wearing his NOPD uniform here. pleading with him, why do you want to hurt us? My dad was a very pious man to God. There's no excuse. I mean, if I didn't step in, gosh, if I did some effort, God should have stepped in. Satan, actually tried helping out as best as he can. And my poor mama, she could barely muster a whisper, and she would say it. So heard us in a very raspy voice. I don't know why, I'm hurt by that more than anything when I saw that shit. And I was trying to revive him with the 125 hertz I heard from Zendaya's dad. Acting as my God, I know all this sounds crazy, but it's true. I ain't got no spiritual protection because my connection to my, God through my dad is gone. They're gone. They're not in their bodies. His ancestors is in their bodies. That's hard to concede to. Hopefully nothing bad happens. I couldn't because my dad loved me so much. He nursed me when I was a baby and I was born with a hole in my heart. I should have done more. It's just, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's like every single day trying to chase for your shit in the spirit plane. It's like a dozen, because it's their soul consciousness attached to yours that's running rampant in your soul consciousness through entity attachments. At, certain times fucking with them roach attachments and trying to steal your shit. Motherfuckers getting in my soul consciousness, talking in it, and, I feel Philippi Cersei's the Rothschild here. I heard he lives in a cave. I know them niggas are aliens and they're at least sentient of, not just of their species, I postulate, but of their planet. I was told where they come from today, but I'm not quite certain. I don't want to put the info out on Front Street. But that hurts to know that my dad lived a very good life and sacrificed a lot for us, and he died the way he did, and I didn't show him the love I should have as a daughter, man. What the fuck is wrong with me? And it's easy to rescue somebody spiritually. I was playing the 3517 hertz, but it's like, I don't know, man. I just, my heart wasn't into it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It said the word, they made me see what was going on, and they were trying to eliminate her and everything else. She's, or something, they got placed in hell with Mikey Hernandez, but she's been trying to protect him as much as she can, I believe. Baron Samedi can because he's compromised. I wish at the start of this, I would have consulted, played a binaural meditation to contact him, and got a fair assessment of what the fuck was going on with him. And some asshole wanted to cover my shit, took over his inner entity attachment of him, and, I heard and know that I'm related, I'm part of his bloodline and shit. That shit hurts. And he could ineffably be gone. I hear him. I used to hear his voice and how he sounded. Now it's different. And, the answer is in his body. I contacted him. I contacted my brother. They took my brother out the spirit plane and all of that. And I feel like I'm letting too much shit slide. But it's like, it's all, my shit's out in the open. A lot of this shit is running around that's interconnected to me, and it's like little tiny beings that's running around in your body, and I play the frequency to try to put them back, and I just fucking police car passing by just showing the light on what my dad is. It wasn't on the RV direct. It was focusing on my window. I heard in the spirit plane. Roach attachments of cops automatically work for the Illuminati. That's not something that's done by Satan. That's God. That's God that runs the world. Is a.k.a. the demiurge. But I'm going to say is last part is the adjective of a burn victim. I'm hurt. I'd be lying if I say I wasn't. I'm hurt. My dad loved me a whole lot. He can't even come in these timelines because he's gone. And to think all the joy and happiness they were making fun of my timeline, stealing them. Baron Samity was blocking that. He was the one telling me, man, don't worry about none of that shit. You know, get that laser pointer. They were focusing on the Mirage 14 aliens, and diverting it from the Rothschild ship. It looked like this one of them, and then the Rothschilds were showing me that a couple of days ago. You know, I keep shifting from dimension to dimension. Phone is helping. You know, the other way I saw a protuberant Hollywood sign. I know the Hollywood sign is not over there, but it's right up there. You know, when you're driving up, when I was taking the bus coming up from La Brea, you see it protuberantly, you know, in the city. You don't see it like that far out. That got to me. My dad is no longer with me. And I've had that happen before. You could just 3517 hertz, motherfucker. 117 hertz combined with 800 hertz. But I got to use my power and just stay. I got to stay consistent until this shit is defeated. I can't just, I just lazily just deal with it. And I can't. You can when you being energy harvested like I am, and you having your soul, that's who the fuck you are. That's your body parts, man. You can't divest yourself from that. Lost every, that shit gotta stop. Heard that bitch was on the PCH. She keeps trying to do something where she creates some type of resonance where she gets into my memories, and uses her whatchamacallits to attack me. They both some evil. I heard she got a nose that looked like a witch. She looked darker than what she used to. And ain't none of them motherfuckers human. Her poor daddy, it aches. What happened with him? I heard you see me more as a daughter in the spirit plane, being wrapped in this shit than her. Be pulled in that. Poor Doria, man. Raglan, her mother. Lady had MK Ultra them people to eat shit and piss every day, and that 5-year-old girl, I guess she stole her identity from, was like, when can we eat piss and shit? And to think them niggas just because of the shit that I accrued in my past, from my incarnation. I think I would agree. Nah, bitch, I'm a righteous person. A lot like my father. I'm a good person. I will not have my dad out of existence. I can handle him being dead, but not that shit. All of us niggas are out of bodies and we're dead. But if we're going to be out of body, I want us to all be in good places. And that hurts to know that they died. And I felt it. I felt it palpably. We're talking ignorant. Evil ass motherfuckers talking about you, jungle bud. Bitch, you steal all your shit from fucking niggas, man. I was looking at, due to all this shit, their soul consciousnesses are rapping with mine, especially Meghan Markle. Baron Samity, I remember at one point when he was getting real fucked up, followers were coming in, woo, woo, woo. Something about that Prince Charles situation and Prince Andrew taking over his soul consciousness, and he has literally none. It's worse than what it was with Santa Muerte. Santa Muerte was, I think, putting them back, if I'm not mistaken. Them hoes' itinerary, her and Beatrice is, from what I understand, because Meghan Markle, they gave her my consciousness from the future, in this timelines, I believe. And that's the only reason why she brought it in. She was to be some type of, have something to do with some EK or some shit like that, and her 2 children. Remind me of the Hopoculuses, that the broad who soul swapped me. It's a lie. I should have handled that, because that's where all that shit is coming from in my timelines. It's coming from the bitch that soul swapped me. I'm trying to get her name down pat. I got an Ashley Terrell, my dad. That's a roach attachment my dad was telling. Ashley Tyrell. Her to Mary, one of the roaches was trying to tell me what it is. You could use this, six third eye, 694 hertz, 695 hertz, 1181 hertz to see. But, and she kept blocking it. It's hard for me to see. I'm so compromised. I got a little foosh and I heard that was somebody she went to school with. I'm trying to get Meghan Markle soul consciousness as well. The roaches tried to tell me sideline what it was, but I know it's not the whole truth. But I'm going to try to find out and procure it so I could fuck that bitch up once and forever. And I heard, she had went up to me on the PC, fuck her ass up tonight with the help of Baron Salmon, a little bit that exists. And she was the one that came around the van to see if it was me, woo, and I heard we got into a confrontation or something. I don't remember all of that, but I remember some English people saying, "What?" And me coming out like, "What the fuck?" And I just, I was coming down from alcohol. I didn't feel like being bothered with that. I also heard that his mom beat me up or something. I kept hearing something about a little girl. And that was back in Miracle Mile and her talking about, I'm going to have her blessings. In a robotic manner, and the little child spirit guy was trying to tell me I actually had a dream about it and fighting her PCH, and I actually had a dream where I was on the PCH and I was flanked by two friends of mine. We were talking. It was two ladies, one who was a bigger Jewish woman. She was cool, she was funny as fuck. Love Jewish people. Rothschilds ain't human to begin with, so people need to stop conflating them with the Jews. Them niggas ain't even got a form. They just like low fucking life forms and shit. And she walked up on me saying, I want everything. I just woke the bitch out. Because I had the power back then. And I totally forgot. My spirit guy was trying to ignite that memory so that I could put it on my blog. And put the bitch out there on blast. She was, really caping for me, especially during this time. And, I remember, now that I think about it, when I was small, feeling something brush past me under my bed, and turns out it was her from the future warning me about these timelines, saying, avoid this shit, because it's like what I heard in the spirit plane the other day from some people. You got to stop that soul swapping shit, because the minute that happens, it leads to you being energy harvested. It's like a fucking beacon of, mad light for motherfuckers that want to steal from you. They see you got your whole body out, everything out in the open, so motherfuckers gonna come and snatch shit up. It's like Vishnu, who I heard was, all them people were sacrificed. That's why they big on worshiping everything, cows and everything. They just got thrown into a hell realm in the spirit plane. They trying to do that with me, bearing Sammy in my bloodline, the Illuminati, and I call it this Mountbatten, Windsors, and Rothschilds, and make it Markle. Because at one point, I say that because at one point, to assuage this shit, me and my little roach friends, my brother Kerry at one point, Kerry Williams, and I don't really feel his lack of presence. He ain't here with us. It's a lot to take in, and it's hard to grieve because I'm so fucked up. It's hard to register that, that's why I cry. But I need to do something. I hear the motherfuckers laughing and making fun. I knock the fuck out of them in real life, including OJ's child over there. Well, I call them robo-rape babies, because ain't none of them been organic since the Victorian era, what they call it, the Age of Enlightenment. They all fake. Fucking with my higher selves and all of that shit. Eugene, Beatrice, linebacker looking ass talking about Prince. That's more like Prince looking ass nigga. Prince was more of a fucking female than them niggas. And was braver than them hoes. He actually stood up to him when he died. He didn't have Egyptian ancestors, Cometian ancestors like Michael Jackson does. He was stuck in a roach room or something. And they put him in there because he didn't want to work with them. He had power over them by being associated with the Egyptian gods. Isis through my dad's line is supposed to be related to us. Playing that 117 hertz combined with 800 hertz to get my shit back because I got cord like a motherfucker last night. Threw that phone away, brought it back, and because I wanted to make sure I got some shit back. Meghan Markle took an entity attention, put it in her head and all that shit, and I was trying to get it back, and yeah, took it from this phone. And to make a long story short, it's mad. It's mad hard, the other way around. So I'm just like, and I got raped. I got raped bad. The energy got a lot better, but I wouldn't have that many hindrances, but it still exists. So I gotta take these niggas on. I gotta, it's a thing that I gotta face this shit. So one of my roach friends, I think, walk in, and somebody pretending to be one of my roach friends dressed as him. Let me say the thing. Seeing big heads. I saw a lot of the heads of them Mountbatten, Windsors, and Rothschilds connected to me in my consciousness. I was able to, I believe, reflect some of them back. And it's hard to defend when you have the niggas controlling your entity attachments like that. And you're trying to, use frequency to get it back. I was playing 1248 hertz to get rid of them. But anyways, entity attachments on the phone and got rid of my roach spirits and all of that. They showed me, and I was trying my best to get them back. I went to the trash can early this morning to get it back. And these motherfuckers taunt me. That's what they do. You ought to see the itinerary. In the spirit plane, because it connected to my consciousness. I heard, Eugenie say, on Wednesdays, Thursdays, we have to show up as MK Ultra models and get shit and pissed on. That's the motherfucker's itinerary. You don't want to be part of that shit. They're trying to get rid of my dad right now as I talk. Same thing with Beatrice. What you see on here is true. And then they got a fucking... It's always us, blacks. Murder... bunch of people from Africa, sacrifices, put them in fucking meat grinders. It's like a daily common thing for them, where it's banal for them. It's just part of the job, killing people as sacrifices. That's some dark, I saw that shit a while back in a dream. My little friends, Roach Spirits, were telling me about Gitas, O'Banions. We're in the spirit plane. They got me, where they showcase sacrifice people. But it's O'Banions in Hatford, England. Let me see. I had to do some sort of rescue just now of my parents. But I know the original, who I had a hard time finding. They kept putting them in some type of meat grind in their consciousness. I think tonight we freed ourselves from Jacob Rothschild's consciousness. I can hear that bitch speak. I had to fuck out their asses. Yeah, I started fighting back, talking about we gonna get rid of your child consciousness. But I had to put them with the ancestors, Ra, tonight, ancient Egyptian ancestors, to look over them and make sure they're protected You know, I try to set up our childhood home as a haven of protection from, but I can't with all this evil shit I got going on within, and to a large degree externally. Baron Samedi isn't apt to protect him like he can, like he used to be able to, and he would do it assiduously. I wish I would have protected my parents more, and I got that chance, like one of the little Rothschilds just said just now. You can be that person. And they've been making entity attachments of them, using them to attack me and all of that. And I heard they could do that with me, which means dead. So they use that phone or something to throw me into another dimension. A lot of possibilities and opportunities with that, but I gotta kill these bitches. I don't. That's my soul consciousness. That evil shit got. I'm not gonna even argue. They gotta get the fuck out. So I gotta kill them robotic assholes. Bitches talking English accent. You ought to see their consciousness. Their consciousness is just like they just live in the moment. It's just the main part right here. You take that out. Tell you how to take them out in a couple of fucking minutes. I'm pissed off with this. You're going to threaten to take my child consciousness simply because I'm telling you to get the fuck out my soul consciousness. Nah, bitch, you got me fucked up. Slap the shit out of that motherfucker. I heard a couple of days ago Meghan Markle was with Mikey Hernandez. And rolled up looking for a fight. Talking about wanting to fight. That little skinny prissy motherfucker would have got out that motherfucker. Finger bang 1000 bitch. I would have knocked the fuck out of her ass. Told by the roaches she was at the gate. I just thought it was somebody who lived here. I saw somebody look mad conversing, but I didn't want the shit she was going to put on me. I'm not in a condition spiritually to combat that. I just wasn't ready. That said, I saw somebody look at, was at the gate and looking up and seeing if they could get in. And she looked like she was harried, like fidgety and all that shit, and then walked off. If it wasn't for my spiritual condition, I would have bopped the fuck out of her. I was told that was her because I saw people coming in and out. And I believe strongly, they say they would be out there at 2 o'clock by my gate. I thought, it was much later than that. It was about at 4 o'clock. And I had to charge my phone because my cell phone was inexplicably fucked up. I shouldn't have brought that fucking blue phone out. Should have brought the other one. Fucked up. I could have fixed this one just with, I got like a new charger here. I'm gonna knock that bitch. I don't, I respect motherfuckers who are hard, who went through a lot of shit. I don't respect prissy motherfuckers who, to me are bitch-made motherfuckers, like, who ain't never been through shit. I've been in and out of fucking jail like it's nothing. I call that vacation like a lot of fucking people did. I used to eat them sentences like they're nothing, assault and battery also. Remember when I had the ankle monitor and shit? That shit was mad funny. She's somebody, that motherfucker ain't even human, and she needs to know the definition of hard. She got to be pimped. So I think I may be the person, may have to do something, put somebody in their place. But I'm going to have to do that shit spiritually. I see that hoe come around, I'll knock the fuck out that bitch. I'm going to tape it. Sake of my parents' posterity. You see, you shouldn't put up with their motherfucking shit. I don't like them people. They shouldn't be in the world. They ain't got no sovereignty. I using me and my roach attachments for mind controlling that goddamn timeline. Ain't no way in hell we gonna put that entity attachment right back. That's her ugly ass way up there. Motherfuckers be doing rituals where they fucking dad be raping them and shit. Is just some evil shit. I show these bitches who's boss. You know, I don't respect the prissy hoe. You know, all of the stuff that I'm seeing and what I'm talking about reminds me of I had a really, really nice lady a long time ago on here. Come on here. And she was talking about how she astral project into the astral plane. And how she saw reptilians. And I heard that the entity attachments coming from the Egyptian guys. I don't know how true that is. I remember we almost helped Panda break a soul contract some a while back. I don't know what's going on with that in the Labrador. I'll get some up the street. I ain't got time for the bullshit. I gotta rescue me and my family. Really, most importantly, I gotta do something for my family. I love my family deeply. And I miss my family. Crackhead, all sorts of evil shit out there. Hear that hoe talking. I'm gonna bust her ass and I'm gonna kill that bitch spiritually. I'm gonna take them all out tonight. I don't wanna see them niggas exist. Especially what they're doing to my people and what they've been doing to Africans. I saw what they're talking. Anyway, she flew in the spirit plane. And she saw them, they do somewhere they create organic humans. And like with MK Ultra victims, people fucking romanticize it. They just don't know the truth. They have them eating shit and piss every single day, sleeping on cardboard like Chase Infinity. I heard they manufacture the fuck out of actors in that timeline where I got soul swapped. Like the person soul swapped. They have them staying in the Beverly Hills penthouse. L.A. Reid and them where, looks like a double-decker home. They got a swimming pool at the top. And they manufacture the fuck out of people. And that's where that girl went, I heard, in the spirit plane that I was shown about the Atlas aliens. Some fucked up shit. Like in Astroworld, I shouldn't have played around with this. But they'll have them like doing, crazy things. They'll have them having appendages where instead of having a regular penis, they'll have like her with Meghan Markle. She got an oval, straight up oval vagina. They'll have like machine guns put in it. I heard Prince Harry or Prince Charles got like it's a lot of weird shit with them motherfucking people. Have a gun or a machine gun and in its place. I had a client though, but it wasn't nobody famous who used to stick like a sock on his. They'll put something over it so you can't see it. You think it's a regular sexual appendage, and it's not. Fuck this nigga doing out here. About some side of the house rules. You hearing them evil motherfuckers say that, and they took my poor high selfie, standing all that shit, and like Dorothy Tuma. I shouldn't be tolerating this evil shit. I had my whole spirit team demolished when ain't no place to be able to deal with that. Getting a lot of help from the mirror dimension. They're pulling their asses in. The mirror dimension version of themselves. One day, they were helping me out. Welcome to back. I'll be playing with this shit. I'm not gonna go to sleep until I end this shit with them. I don't think it was hard. It's a lot of crazy shit. With that being said, here's how you fuck them up. None of them people are in their bodies. They look at what you can contribute. Prince Andrew, who I heard was besought by Queen Elizabeth, their whole consciousness circumvents around her consciousness. If you could take her out, like she was born to an African family, keep putting the screen on it when I try to show you after my third eye. Screen memory. And she was going to be try to incarnate into an African family, where from there she would be born into a poor tribal family. She was, like the Rothschilds. I don't want to say do with them, but like the Rothschilds, I'm trying to articulate as best as I can. Like the Rothschilds, because they got breeding rights to them motherfuckers. I don't think them people were always fucking reptilian until they signed a contract with the Rothschilds. I don't know if they went to the people direct or what, but all them niggas got fucked up and they tried to fuck with the Habsburgs. They were enslaving them and putting them in hell realms for not signing contracts and letting the Rothschilds, who I heard were originally pig farmers or something, they're not from this planet. Camilla de Rothschild tried to get her soul consciousness named Pandora or some shit like that. She a giant roach. Attachment. She's not even a full-blown Rothschildian giant roach attachment that they got on board there. She connected to Pandora. I was about to annul the soul contracts that them motherfuckers made and kill them in the process just for who the fuck they are, the Windsors and the Rothschilds, that they made with Pandora, who I believe was a sacrifice. I'm not really sure if it's true. Or he was trying to hunt me down one night. God saved my ass. So if God intervened and could block him, then that's something significant about him. Because Cersei's the Rothschild. You can't be a human with the motherfuckers incarnated. I think Jacob Rothschild was the only one. And they put him out there to face him because he was the only human. And if you're a human born to him, they have you, like in that Tales from the Crypt episode, stay in a containment center. You cannot come out your room because they will eat you. And they tell their loved ones that all the time. They're like, don't come out. If you're human, we will eat you. And they go on midnight feedings where they'll relax their whatchamacallit human suit, have it driving as a chauffeur, cloth themselves in somewhere the homeless can't see, pick up a homeless person and devour them. There's a lot going on. They make money, something to pursue, because I heard this with the Zeta Reticuli gray aliens. It's something about jealousy about your soul matrix and your feelings and, having a conscience and thoughts towards your fellow human, emotive, being sincere and they want to gut that out. That's why when they make organic Robotoid motherfuckers, I think they get the bias from the Demiurge. Soulless motherfuckers with like fake organic appendages who are slave-like, and they try to disrespect humans by making them like that, through MK Ultra. When they incarnate, and they usually get it from the super powerful group that made the blacks. That's why you see they were originally white from another planet or dimension, and they got fucked up by the blacks there, and they got them with horns. And very rarely do the blacks from that place, I'm trying to find out where it is, incarnate here. The ones who did, like this one, he was actually black. Even though you see a white guy jumping out of Buckingham Palace, they got crazy powers and they can't fuck with them people.